Alrighty guys, good to have you back on another video of NieR Reincarnation, and today I'm bringing you the fifth and final clear of Subjugation in Season 4 with my light team against the Dark Moose. Let's go into Wave 1. We have Crow, Dragoon Noel and Summer Gale. So Crow is in this case the main DPS dealer on this wave. He has the Subjugation staff and Celeb Gale's signature weapon and his signature weapon as subs. That builds off of his Bold Vigor ability. So both of these weapons have Bold Vigor as well as the second skill of the staff. We have a half set of crit damage memoirs, good crit damage and crit rate values, along with the what is it called? Louise, right? Yeah, the spirit companion Louise. He is the support companion in this wave and also has a 30% Valiance attack up buff, which is pretty nice. Then we have Dragoon Noel, a bit back to old school, because I was looking for a 5-hit character skill that has also a pretty low gauge level, and her character skill has 5 hits with decent damage. It's nothing special, but it's decent still, and C gauge, so that fits perfectly fine. And with her assault ability as well as Crow's assault ability, we have 20% crit rate for everybody, so we're basically able to rock half a set of crit damage on everybody of this wave. Her main hand weapon is an exotic one. It's a Stratocratic Providence. This is the signature weapon of Abstract Rion, and I noticed this one has 9 hits in the character skills as well as a pursuit ability, so not that bad actually for a wave 1 weapon. This NieR Re buff here is only 10 seconds long, so we have to enter knockdown with the NieR Re buff here and activate then the character skills, so they are enhanced by this NieR Re buff. The timing is quite is tight, but when you do it this way, as showed in the gameplay later, you're able to even benefit on a 10-second buff here in this case. Then we have her signature weapon as sub, pretty good attack values, and there's 3-star fist here from a Theo record event. This has pretty good abilities: Lucid Boon 20% and Pursuit 12%, which is actually pretty nice. More attack up here with the Dark Companion. As said, half a set crit damage memoirs, good values in crit rate and crit damage. And then we have Summer Gale. I really start to fall in love with her this season, because it's the first season I have her, but I used her in basically every single team except for Wind, if I remember correctly, where I used Celeb Gale as the main DPS in Wave 2. But other than that, she's been great for me. She's also in a pretty heavy Bold Vigor set. She has the 3-star weapon Core Odd Staff with very nice abilities: Lucid Boon 24% and Bold Vigor 16% when at full HP. Then Crow's weapon, which is 30% Bold Vigor at full HP, and another copy of Celeb Gale's weapon. So the idea here, by the way, half a set of crit damage as well, and 100, 200, 42%, and another attack up companion. So the main idea here is that Noel takes all the hits, Gale and Crow are at in the best way, or ideally at 100% when entering knockdown, and then Crow and Gale and Noel use their character skills and we do a bunch of damage. So let's see how that works out. So again, we're resetting until we get the required RNG. I would say every time a reset is justified when Crow gets hit, because like I said, he's the main damage dealer in this wave. So we use 2 weapon skills here, and that allows us to fill the knockdown meter quite a bit, as well as getting the character skills ready of Crow and Noel. Now the second hit goes against Noel, and that basically means Summer Gale is still in Bold Vigor range. She doesn't get the full benefit of like staying at 100%, HP, but one hit is still okay. Most importantly, Crow is at 100% HP, and now we can end the knockdown with the high rebuff of the Stratocratic Providence, and we use character skill of Gale, Crow, and also Noel. Crow hits damage cap, pretty nice to see, and Noel still deals decent damage, even for a unit that is this old. Now we're doing a bunch of auto attacks and use both weapon skills of the Subjugation staff once more in order to have Crow's character skill ready a second time in conjunction with the companion here. And almost 3 times damage kill once more. And then we're trying to do a nice combo after knockdown. Unfortunately, I suffered from the same thing that occurs after this knockdown in this light team, as well as the one with the fire team, that I just don't have enough time after the big AoE hit from the moose. So I did make a sacrifice here, use 2 weapon skills of Crow to delay, so to say, some auto attacks to that the enemy moose can launch the attack as soon as possible, so right when it's ready. And then I have to sacrifice 1 weapon skill and get basically a penalty in the end with 20% less combo bonus, but it's okay. I still have a pretty good combo here with good damage to it, and in the end that's all that really matters. Having a nice combo to finish off wave 1 with overall good damage going into wave 2. In wave 2 we're using EX 063Y, Xmas Akeha, and Xmas Griff. 063Y here is basically, or has a support weapon with the Iron Signpost from Celeb Noel, but he's also a damage dealer here. So the idea will be that we enter knockdown with a weapon skill, and then we use his character skill, which is very strong, that deals 1000% damage, but the damage is basically increased when under 20%, and when he's under 15% HP he also deals 50% more additional damage. So that's why he will hit like a truck. He has EX Akeha's weapon as a sub-weapon, as well as Fortune's Tusk, which has 30% Lucid Boon and 15% Pursuit when maxed. 3 pieces of crit rate memoirs, 1 shutdown companion. It's actually important that we have 1 here, so 062Y doesn't die. Xmas Akeha, the support unit in here, she has the staff of New Year's Re, and this has 2 good things going for this. First thing, increases light damage by 13% for 60 seconds at level 11. And so we can stack that on top of each other when we use that pretty fast, one after another. And it has a 16-second cooldown skill. And this is quite important because we are able to use this skill before the enemy charges, or before the charge of the first enemy hit is complete. And that helps us with building her character skill gauge up for later. 2 haste weapons as sub to get the skills ready of the main hand weapon as soon as possible. Then we have the Sinuelis companion here, which deals a debuff to the enemy, 40% for 60 seconds. Actually pretty good. Because we don't have any other sources of defense down, we take the companion with the highest multiplier here. And then Christmas Griff as the main damage dealer. I was looking for a good option in wave 2, but unfortunately I don't have Abyssal Lars, for example, who would be like the perfect candidate for this spot here. instead of Christmas Griff. And other than Abyssal Lars, there wasn't really any other good characters this season that got added to the pool of available costumes. So let's hope for a heavy light DPS on the second anniversary, because I mean, that's my prediction at least, that we get a light heavy DPS unit, maybe Hina? Question mark. That would be pretty hype. So we can fit the role here next season pretty much. But Griff, Awakening 5, I don't complain at all, and he's still hitting pretty good. Unfortunately, he's not the ideal weapon as a main hand. I chose Adamant Abandonment. It's actually a good weapon. It has 15% vigor and 30% bold vigor. And pretty good skills, so almost 500% damage on the second skill and over 500% damage on the first skill, because it has a inbuilt bold vigor effect attached to it. But unfortunately, 26 seconds is too long to use that twice during knockdown. So we have to be a little creative with using companion and free weapon skills in order to have his character skill ready twice during knockdown. Then as a sub weapon we have Celeb Sario's Staff. Awesome abilities: Lucid Boon, 30% bold vigor, 30%. There is another weapon here, and you would use that as a main hand weapon that you can equip for your main DPS dealer. That is Abyssal Fierce Fist. It has the same abilities as Celeb Sario's Staff, but way better skills, so you will deal even more damage in the end. Then one haste weapon as a sub, and free crit rate main memoir pieces. So that is wave 2. Let's see what happens here. As Bloody Griff is in a full bold vigor set, we have to reset every single time that he gets hit. So, and here you can see I use Akeha's skill before the enemy charges a powerful attack. And now I'm, in theory, am able to build off a nice chain with the weapon skills, companion, and finish that off with Akeha's character skill and the 60-second buff. But I messed up a little bit here, so I got another auto attack from the enemy and then used all of my skills. But I don't think that was actually a big mistake here. So we use character skill of Akeha at 1 minute 2 seconds, and the 60-second buff was just right after that. And now it's a little bit of patience, and that is asked here from the user, from us. I use one weapon skill there in order to prevent the auto attack from happening. Unfortunately, that didn't work out, so this run as a whole wasn't clear at all. But I get the 60-second buff here again with the cancel animation. So then the companion, Akeha, character skill, both weapon skills of 06 Re-Y, and then we enter knockdown. I did a small mistake here, because you notice right under the icon of 06 Re-Y there's still a attack debuff on this character, and so he doesn't need a damage cap, unfortunately. So I should have used Griff's skills first and then 06 Re-Y at the end there to get the most out of his character skill. As mentioned in the loadout part, the first skill of Griff here is too long. 26 seconds is too long to use it twice during knockdown. So we use the second weapon skill, which is only 20 seconds, and one companion skill, a fast animation pot. And so we're able to use the character skill a second time of Griff, and that actually results in pretty good damage in the end. So we use a bunch of weapon skills here to delay the enemy from hitting us again, and it works out pretty good. So we had 340 million and jump into wave 3. And finally, the loadout for the last wave in season 4. Wave 3 of the light team with Joker, New Year's Marie, and Subj. Joker, the main DPS dealer here with EX Fierce Fist. Pretty much the best DPS weapon in the game for light. We lack a lot of good light weapons. Then we have two-piece sword as a sub, as well as NieR's EX weapon to give us more crit rate. So I'm actually able to use a full set of the Berserker set that decreases my defense pretty good, and this helps me actually get into cage figure range pretty easily. Then we have the what is it called? The Moogle companion with the 20% support ability, increasing the light damage. Yeah, nothing really else to talk about here for Joker. I wanted to use NieR so badly because I really like her character skill. It increases attack by 15% and allies light damage by 15% each for 45 seconds, and reduces the cooldowns of all allies by 15% when own affinity is light, and it's usable from the start. So when we enter the wave, her character skill is already ready to be used, but we have to wait after the big AoE hit because that cleans all the buffs and debuffs of our party. But after that we can use her character skill, and we use it again later on, like before or during knockdown, to decrease the weapon skills again. And this really is beneficial when we look at Subj in just a second, because she has the EX Akeha's two-hand sword with a very strong NieR Re buff on the second skill for 60 seconds. But first things first, NieR here has the iron signpost of Celeb Noel attached as a main hand weapon, then one caged vigor weapon as a sub, her signature weapon as another sub, and 3 crit rate main pieces of memoirs, 1 defense down companion here, because we have enough attack up buffs from her character skill and the iron signpost, so we can use 2 companions with defense down. So first is Jack Frost and another one is this Winterbear on Subj. As said, she has Christmas Akeha's signature weapon with an awesome 25% NieR Re buff for 60 seconds. This is really strong. 2 haste weapons as sub to decrease the cooldown duration of the second weapon skill even further, and then 3 main pieces of crit rate. I just see here, okay, I could use half a set of crit damage, for example, and that would increase my damage even further, and I just noticed this, so the run is in. I can't do anything about it, but I'll fix that for season 5. But without further ado, let's enjoy the last wave of season 4. I had some trouble figuring out the best skill order for this team, as I'm not familiar with having a character that has a character skill using right from the start and reducing cooldowns off top of that. So and I'm still not really satisfied with my ordering here. So the idea was to use the attack up buff of the iron signpost twice at the start of the battle, and then after this using a big combo and finish that off with companion skill NieR Re buff of the two-hand sword and NieR's character skill to reduce cooldowns of all the weapon skills. I pretty much did a mistake by doing this, I think, because in the end I will have trouble with attack up. I use 2 defense down companions and only have basically the iron signpost and NieR's character skill for attack up, and NieR's character skill is only 45 seconds, and I'm not able to use her character skill again, which is a problem. But you see that when we enter, or when we at the end of knockdown in just a second. So we use the NieR Re buff once more just before we go into knockdown, both weapon skills of NieR there, and with the NieR Re buff, so we have the 30 seconds as long as possible A nice damage cap of Joker. Yuri doesn't cap, unfortunately, but the weapon skills of Joker, they are pretty good as well. So, and now it's a matter of auto attacks. Unfortunately, Joker does this weird animations right before he attacks. I try to prevent that by walking around with the characters. Sometimes that works, just a little trick here. And you see, okay, now my attacker buff is already gone. I didn't use Marie's character skill once more, and there we go. Joker is not really hitting that hard anymore. So I missed out on, like, I don't know, 40 to 50 million damage on this wave, but in the end I didn't care because I'm already over 540 million. That, my friends, is actually enough to get my second SSS9 score this season with the light team, which is a big achievement for me. I don't have the meta weapons that are needed in order to get SSS10, but without them, SSS9 is very, very much appreciated from my side. Crow is hitting pretty good in wave 1, almost 100 million. Then Griff 170 million. 06Y is like missing, I don't know, 15 million or so because of the attack down debuff. And then wave 3 wasn't that good, but overall almost 200 million damage, so can't really complain about this. Overall, I'm very happy with season 4, with my results at least. And I improved my fire team and my light team from SSS 8 to 9 and got 3 times a SSS10 again, like in season 3. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, leave a comment down below what your results were in season 4, what are your aims in season 5, and ask whatever you want. Basically, I'm happy to help whenever I can. And other than that, I wish you a nice rest of your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.